Oh yeah, this is something that I should have brought up like a few weeks ago. I was so in the next. This is just something I heard through the grapevine, nothing confirmed or anything, but I I do trust the person I heard it from. Like, so there has been such a shift from traditional media on TV to streaming and cord cutting and stuff. Like, it's just it's like it's accelerating more than anything. It's never going to plateau. It's just going to keep accelerating. And so like a lot of advertisers, they're not getting the reach they need on traditional media anymore. And so, but people are watching like fucking Hulu shows or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus shows without ads on there. So eventually what they're going to do is if you use like a Roku, a Fire Stick, Smart TV, any of those things, they will be able to put an ad through the channel you use to get the, so it's called like, so there's the device and then there's the overlay product. So an overlay product would be Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all that stuff. So there's like the Roku app and the overlay product on top of it. They will be targeting at some point directly the Roku itself, the Fire Stick, all that, and be overlaying ads onto shows anyway.
You think that will work?
That will happen.
That just depends. Hypothetically, that would. I think that there will always be
Netflix or Amazon Prime would be my guesses, but everything else will happen too.
Right, and I think that's fine too. By the way, I think that I'm okay with there being a service that you are paying money for, albeit not a large sum, to get consistent access to something on demand. I hate waiting week for week for shows, but I do it for the shows that are coming out right now. However, like the idea of sitting down and going through TV and being like, I choose to watch this like whatever Office episode is here versus like going out and getting it, I don't see the value in that. So if you're going to say that, like, how much is Roku? $10 a month?
Oh, I don't know. I think you just buy the Roku and then you put Hulu on it and Netflix and what. So
I see what you mean. You're so they're going for not the app, but for the whatever the stick. I just like VCR. Amazon already puts Prime ads in front of their Prime TV shows, right? It's all in the same ecosystem. They probably could get away with doing that because that's all included with your one Prime subscription, right? So it's not like I'm paying $32 for no ads. It's like, well, I get 2 days shipping free and I get all these discs, right? So that's fine.
Right.
But Netflix could not get away with doing that. I'd freak the fuck out if Netflix started putting ads in front of them.
I'm going to cancel Netflix.
My thing is like, I'm not talking about like imminently this is going to happen. I'm going to say that 3, 4, 5 years from now, we fast forward, it is going to eke back to being a similar level of ads to TV was back in the day. It won't happen right off the start, but in the next 5 years, because traditional media will die, like all of the traditional existing media will be their own streaming service.
Taylor, help me understand. You're saying they'll target the device that plays it, right? So why wouldn't I just switch to a device that doesn't have ads?
So like a Fire Stick, Roku.
Yeah, but what about your phones?
Apple TV.
Like Google is built into
Chromecast.
Yeah, but it's not Chromecast. It is literally just built in. I mean, it is powered by Chromecast, but it's not a stick. So you're going to have to insert ads into the operating system. But if I'm using Chromecast just to go into Netflix, Netflix is going to freak out if Google's overlaying ads on their content that they paid for, like a Netflix original. They can't do that.
No, they can't right now. And so I'm saying like, I'm seeing this more as like writing on the wall. So like the way ads used to be, like if you were to tell someone in 1965 that their 30-minute programming in 30 years was going to be 20 minutes of programming and 10 minutes of ads, they'd say that's ridiculous. I wouldn't even watch TV if that were the case. If it was any more than 3 minutes of ads in the 30 minutes, I wouldn't like. And that progression happened, and people continue to do it because it's like boiling the frog, slightly more and more and more all the time. Sure. Basically, like they're going to get people more used to seeing ads again on these streaming services they pay for. And over time, it's not just going to be a pre-roll, then there'll be a post-roll, and then there's going to be a mid-roll, and it'll roll out way more slowly. But like, yeah, they can, because it's only a handful of companies that do all these things, so it's not that hard for them to organize.
I mean, they can, but I think that especially here is my hope, right? We're talking about Netflix, a company that, was arguing with Blockbuster eons ago, like 10 years ago. They were doing the whole subscription service, right? And they transitioned realizing that this is going digital, the cord cutters, that people are more interested in the ease of access. They went digital. They got all this shit sorted out. if there is a point in time where Netflix can offer me as much reach as like maybe I get to watch sports on it, or maybe ESPN's included, or whatever Disney Plus is doing currently for a premium subscription of like $35 without ads, great. But if you're trying to inject ads into the current situation that we've got going on, at this point in time with tech, I'd like to believe that there's an infinite amount of free options available to anybody that wouldn't be interested in taking that new norm on. And especially with like the technological literate youth that are coming up, not a single one of those fuckers are paying for anything. Like they will just get it on a torrent. Like, we started getting torrents and stuff. I just don't think that it's a sustainable business model to do anything other than raise a subscription fee. Like putting the annoying ads in is more backlash worthy than just charging me $5 more, I think.
Yeah, and that might be right. You never know how it's going to roll out. These companies are very smart. My prediction would be
Smarter
that
than me, yeah.
because Amazon, or I'm sorry, not Amazon, that because Netflix has made their kind of their bread and butter being the no ads ever, no, that they
Right.
will not adopt until it is fully adopted by every other player in the sphere, and then they will roll it out in a slower way. Because and it won't be that the subscriptions will get lower. Because these companies, the same way that like the NHL this year, to try and cover for not having fans, they like named it, instead of the Central Division, it's the Enterprise Rent-A-Car Central Division. That's not going to go back to normal. They're never going to switch that back. That revenue is now baked into the cake, even after people come back and start watching games again. Same thing with this. And because the competition is so stringent, like we feel like there's so many options because you can scroll a million things on every service, like a million different titles. But it's what, half a dozen at most that are worthwhile at all.
I don't know. All right,
Amazon Prime.
We're switching into different topics. On that one, I feel like it's a UI problem. They need a better way to present their choices to me. They have so many choices. I'm guessing there's 400 that I want to see, and it's just buried somewhere in the 92,000 titles they have, and I can't find them. Yeah. They need to do that better. I suck at UI design, but they do too.